What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Heavy Wrench. Thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate it. If you're a subscriber of mine, thank you. We're almost at 3,000 subscribers. I'd like to keep that going. We have an awesome community on this channel. Saturday night live streams are incredible. I try to do them around 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so check them out. This is my service truck tour. If you don't know anything about me, I'll give you a little bio real quick here. I'm a field service guy, independent now. I was at a dealership for 10, 11 years on and off, and then I went back to the shop for 4 or 5 years recently, and this is what I did. I went independent. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world these days, and this is the end result. So this is my truck. It's a 2005 Sterling Acetera. I named it Baby Blue Ox because I don't know why, that just seemed fitting to me. So it has 212,000 miles on it now, about 8,000 hours on it. It's a Cat C7, Allison automatic. I did not clean this thing up. It's road dirty. I could have polished it for everybody to see, but it is what it is. I'm just going to give you the quick tour here of what I got. I have a toolbox tour out there. If you check that out, everything that I had in the toolbox tour previously is pretty much on this truck. So it's kind of a little bit redundant, but it's in a different place, and I'll show you what I got. Let's go take a look. All right, we're going to talk about the first thing. A lot of people would ask, why would you buy a Sterling? Well, it's not about the Sterling. It's about this is an 11-foot auto crane body, and I've had auto cranes in the past. I like them. I don't have any problems with them. I know there's a lot of cranes out there you can get, but auto crane seems to be a decent one. This one here, 2005 auto crane, it does have wireless controller with some modulation to it. So it's pretty nice. I like it. The controller, it's kind of, use 2 hands on the toggle switches and it works pretty good. So fast idle, start your truck from back here, stop your truck, turn your controller on and off. I put my air hoses back here. That's where they stay. Got lifting chains, lifting brackets, all sorts of. These are all really nice right here. This is a Cat part number 4393939. These are pretty useful. I've got a couple that are newer, a couple that are older. They're all nice lifting shackles. I like them. They're lifting links. I call them lifting links. This is the same thing. I try to keep the bottle jack, my spike maul, which I was just informed this is called a spike maul. I always called it a railroad hammer, pin driving hammer, whatever. This is phenomenal for pins and different stuff like that. I keep my dead blow. This is a Matco dead blow. I've had it a long time. It's starting to get pretty tore up, but it's cylinders and stuff like that works really good. I got my 2-part block for my crane in here, sledgehammers, lifting straps, some welding rod, hard hat, lifting chain straps, small shackles, big shackles. I got some extra pins here. I'm gonna do I got some pins, just some round pins in there for driving stuff and different. You never know what you need when you're out on the road, so it's one of those things I just kind of keep in this drawer, or in this cabinet. I did get a set of tongs. I've wanted a set for a while. They're good for lifting idlers and whatever else, so we'll see how these hold up. They're by Earthworth, these are. I have not used them yet. I've used some in the past with different grips on them. I may be doing some customization down here, but for right now we're going to let it rip like that. So that is this crane cabinet. I'm going to pan up to the crane. It's an 8,000 pound crane, auto crane. So this crane here goes out about 20 feet straight out, 28 feet high, because the side of the bed, I believe it's from here up is where they measure from. So it's probably, I can probably go 30 some feet high with the box height and all that stuff, but we're good for 2,500 pounds straight out and at a 90-degree angle. So that'll give me everything I need to do. Auto Crane, I like their crane. It's been good so far. It's been 3 months, so but I've had their cranes in the past and I like them. All right, so here we are in the meat and potatoes. I showed you the crane. Now we're going to get into my my actual toolbox. Pretty much my actual toolbox. I put pry bars, a couple long pry bars here. I've got my couple other pry bars here. These are the hexagon pry bars that sit back here. I've got screwdrivers, a couple picks down here, and then I got my Easy Red collapsible magnetic trays. They sit there. Toolbox key sits there, but I got, so up here is all my big wrenches. I got my, these Knipex are like 22, 24 inch Knipex. I'll say it properly, I guess, but these are part number 87015660, and these are awesome for everything. I can't get over these. So I got my chain wrenches up there, big wrenches up there. This top drawer, I can just tell you what's in here. I got all my small screwdrivers, my small picks, my mirrors, my magnets, my electrical terminal tools, my gasket scrapers, all that stuff in this top one. I guess I could show you that quick. Grab the camera off the thing. So there's the big wrenches up there, Knipex pliers. It's all kind of set up there right now. It's not organized nearly as much as I want. Scrapers, electrical terminal tools, and picks, mirrors, magnets, all that good stuff. Next drawer, big snap ring pliers. This is more of just a pliers drawer. Got all sorts of pulse pliers, yada yada, all that good stuff. Nut drivers, pliers, more pliers. I don't know what this screwdriver handle's doing in here. Probably in the wrong spot. Oh, that's my Torx. I put the Torx by the thing. That one works good for steel chainsaws. Pliers drawer. Next drawer down here is, this drawer down here is extra hooks, picks, stuff like that. Pry bars, lady slippers. This one here, if you have a 6090, you need to get an injector out. That is the proper bend for it. Also works good for the C7 injectors on the back side to pop them out. This is my Overflow drawer. I've got long Allen ball, long ball Allen, Overflow sockets, specialty stuff, tamper Torx, regular ball end hex, metrics, I believe those are, standard longs, ball end, triple squares, big Allens in the back, so some stud removers, some swivels, just some extra stuff that I don't use on the daily. This right here is my, I'd call it my ratchet drawer, extension drawer. I've got 3/8 here. This is my favorite 3/8 ratchet right there. I got the little Mac one here, but 1/4 inch drive. This is crazy. I only have one 1/4 inch drive ratchet and one nut driver. That's all I use for 1/4 inch. This is all metric. I don't even have any standard in this drawer. The standard's up in that Overflow drawer up here. But these snap-on boxes didn't come with the truck. I actually had to put them in myself. 3/8. I keep my tap sockets here. These are all made by Snap-on and Lyle. I believe these are Lyle's. These are Snap-ons made, or Blue Points made by Lyle, I'm sure. 1/2 inch extensions, just a few. 1/2 inch ratchet, Gador. I really like this ratchet. Shout out to Patrick the Machine on Instagram. He sent me this from, we'll put it the right way so you can read it. It's actually pretty comfortable. I'm a Snap-on guy, but that Gador is pretty nice. Some extensions, 1/2 inch extensions. Now we'll get down to the messy stuff. This is all metric, up to 32. So I kept up to 32 metric in here. Stubbies, mid-lengths, angles, and regular wrenches are all just mixed in here. I really need to take some time and figure out how I'm going to set these up so they're in order. But this is going to a lot smaller box for me, so it's a little tough and tight. Here is my standard wrench drawer. I keep up to 15/16, maybe 1 inch in here. I think 15/16 stubbies. Starting to turn into a junk drawer as well, but I don't have a whole lot in there. Obviously a random pipe wrench and air fittings and who knows. But that was that drawer. This is my bigger American wrench drawer. I keep saying American, everybody's going to call me out on that. It's actually SAE, whatever. Crow's feet. Crow's feet up to 2 inch here, I believe. So I got the crow's feet, angle wrenches. I got my clutch, old school clutch tool, wrench extender, and then these guys here. That's one I had to make. Torque adapters, is what they call them. This is my 3/8 drawer here. This is just the most common stuff in 3/8 that I use. So I got my wobbles, the standard. I got my metric. Got my extra deep charge air cooler turbo sockets here. Engine turning tools here. My deeps are all right here. The snap-ons only come up to 18, so I bought the Granumatic 3/4 or 19. I don't know which one it was. Long 3/8 extensions or ratchets in here. My fuel line stuff, a 12. Is this a 12-12 or a 13-12 point wobble socket? That stays in here. My 3/8 impact and my long neck. This is not the Brute. I actually prefer this one. I don't know. I haven't used the Brute. I've heard some reviews on the Brute. I know Montevello Mustang has a channel out there, and he said that the Brute is very slow, and I've heard that from a lot of different people too. So I prefer that one, just standard. Here's my 1/2 inch, pretty much 1/2 inch socket drawer. We already are getting a service truck rust on everything. Phenomenal. Mint. That's another guy. You know what I'm talking about there. I have a 1/2 inch older snap-on impact, battery powered flashlights, hammers, these die grinders. I got the straight 90 air impact, pick set, piston hammer, just some random hammers and batteries and battery crimp tool. On the other side here, I got my Tech Angle 3/4 torque wrench. It sits in this cabinet here. I guess I'll go back to the tripod now. Alright, my 3/4 drive Tech Angle torque wrench. I absolutely love this thing. It's amazing. That sits on that side, so it stays kind of out of the weather. I got my universal gate key in case I have to get into somebody's. But now I got them battery powered ones that, I don't know, bolt cutters. They're just nice to have for cables and whatnot. I got my wrench holder, my large wrench holder here. I made this a couple other guys a long time ago. Works phenomenal for big stuff. That stays in there. That is pretty much it for this cabinet. Let's go to the next one. There's some garbage.
It's literally just faced at your head. So,
That's
the top drawer.
top drawer.
Yep.
All right, top drawer. I have a compression tester, diesel compression tester over here with some adapters. These are from Amazon. They're just adapters. I keep them in here. My coolant vacuum fill. Like I said, guys, I'm not cleaning anything up. This is just how it is. So there's a flaring tool for bubble and for standard dial indicator, some drivers, power steering pump puller. This is another flaring tool. This is that's a spanner wrench tool. Cooling system pressure tester, dial indicator. This is my start switch for a particular engine series that I have built myself. This, there goes a seal. This right here is a seal installer. These are pretty cool. I've used them a few times now. They work really good. So I bought the kit. It's Kit King USA seal twister tool, 4-piece. Don't know the actual part number. I guess I could try to find it here. I wonder if this is it here. X001KSEWUB. I found it on Amazon. It's pretty good tool. I like it. It's been nice. So I'm gonna keep using that and give a final review later. I can show you, I guess, how it works sometime, but it doesn't matter. All right, let's go to the next one down here. Down here, I've got this K tool set. These are spline. I wish they were like 12 point instead of spline, but it goes from 4 to 12 metric, 7/32 to 1/2 inch. It's got this little ratchet bit driver. It's pretty nice actually for smaller stuff. All the bits are in here, Torx. It's a nice little set. I think it was like 40 or 50 bucks. I don't know. It's made by K Tool. I couldn't tell you a part number on it, but it's a pretty nice little kit. I like it for dashes and whatnot. I got my Rethread Kit. A couple of these are crow's feet, and these are the Matco. There's the metric ones. These are like the tubing style. Like I said, I didn't do anything to prepare for this at all. We're just doing it. So that's, I got an SAE and a metric set of those. Got a Mac impact driver set. I'm missing one. I got to get a hold of a Mac guy to replace that. My taps, I've got the big snap-on metric set, the big snap-on SAE set, and the regular set there. This is my coolant adapters. I got a whole bunch of coolant adapters here for different various things. I have a block heater plug, which we'll probably end up using that sometime this week. It's getting colder out. I made a pressure tester for my air, so I got that. This is the adapters for some other stuff in the back. I'll show you that. I got one of those trailer mutts, and that's in the back, further back. Here I got some wipes, some spray cans and whatnot stuff, some compression in a can. It's winter time here in Michigan. We're going to be using, you know, compression in a can. We'll just call it that for now. I got an NPK charge kit, a power probe, and this is the power probe 2, I think, 3. It's got the voltage readout on it. I don't use it a whole lot, but it's down there. This is a charge kit for nitrogen, AC gauges. This nitrogen kit I also have hooked up so I can charge nitrogen on AC as well, but I really don't do much AC anymore. I don't know why it's even in there. But as you can see, the truck's not perfect, but it's good for me. I like it. So let's go to the next set of drawers and we'll get going. All right, up here I've got a gauge. Got my Parker digital gauge. I think it goes up to 10,000 PSI. Got my little blowtorch there. Some hoses and random stuff for that. Up here I've got like, these are all caps and plugs. British pipe, Komatsu flare, flat face O-ring style with the 4-bolt flange. Let's see, this style of caps and plugs. Not a lot of those. This is all punches and chisels and random stuff up there. This is adapters for pressure testing. More T's. This is all T's and stuff. I have this really sort of nice elbows and T's in my other box, in my Snap-on Epic. But going in a field truck, you gotta kind of pile some stuff together. Straight fittings adapters. This is test hoses and whatnot. Some extra gauges and some flat face O-rings and extra hoses. I don't know if you can see all those or not, but there's just a bunch of random hoses that I've saved over the years. All right, this is adapters for large stuff. I go up to dash 20. That's dash 20, I believe. Just different random adapters and fittings. This is all caps and plugs, flat face, JIC, and pipe in the middle, and some O-ring boss as well. This was all on my cart, so I kind of wanted to keep it in the truck here. I've got these Yellock plugs, 3 different sizes here. If you look them up on Amazon, Yellock, I don't know if you can see that really well. That's the brand. You can zoom in on that. Yellock, that's how you spell it. So, them are really nice for plugging hoses quick. These little ones are nice for pilot lines. So, that's that stuff. I've got a brush kit here for cleaning out injector holes. Here's my Ranger mutt. I guess I called it a trailer mutt before, but it's a Ranger mutt. Pretty nice little unit. Works good for trailer brakes. My 1/2-inch tech angle's up here somewhere. My 3/8 tech angle's here. My 3/8 inch-pound torque wrench is here. I've got these 2 here. One of these has got a bunch of drill bits and random stuff like that. Easy outs drill bits. The bottom one down here has got like silicone and whatnot. Some extra rags up here. The last thing I'll show you in this drawer is I did mount a set of wrenches. Our gear wrench metric ratcheting wrenches up to 25 millimeter. So they hang there. They've been actually holding up pretty well. Trying to utilize as much space as I can. So let's go to the next box. I've got a bag full of die grinder stuff. These are big dies that are made by Snap-on, I believe. These are both Snap-ons. Yep, they are. They're like a rethreader. They're good for cylinders and stuff. I've got 2 of those up here. My 3/4 ratchet, my 3/4 breaker bar, my torque multipliers up here. This is all of my drill bits, easy outs, helicoil set, tape measure up here. I got a puller set here. This is all my puller stuff in this bag. It's ridiculously packed in. It was nice and sorted in my box, just like everything else, and now it's in a big bag. 3/4 sockets are all down here. All my 3/4 sockets are in there. Tub of towels, 3/4 impacts back there. 2 of those, some slide hammers. My slide hammer for my puller set. It's on another drawer. 3/4 sockets back in there. This is all my air tools down in this drawer, this box, just where I can put them for now. Trying to get everything figured out. Couple cans of oil, probably the best stuff on earth for penetrating oil. Super expensive, but it's worth it. Let's head to the next one. All right, Ingersoll Ram compressor. I put on here, it's gas powered. The truck came with no compressor. I don't even have a vise on it yet, to tell you the truth. But the compressor, 12.5 horse Kohler, Ingersoll Ram compressor, gas powered. I've got 1 port here with a shut off. I like running a shut off here just so that way you can easily hook up your air lines. It makes it nice. Just a ball valve, nothing special, nothing fancy. Compressor's been good. I cut it off the tank, welded it on some brackets, put some angle iron on top, bolted it down. Good to go for now. The wheel well on the passenger side, I've got a whole bunch of just random shop supplies. It's not really worth getting into. Nuts and bolts, shrink connectors, ground lugs, electrical terminal switches, just random parts and bolts and nuts and electrical tape, fuses, some zip ties. That's what's in here. So kind of a boring drawer, boring compartment, but definitely useful. These are all old bit boxes from Birkin Mills. They just work good for holding different stuff. This is all random shop supplies as well. Just random stuff. I keep a couple tarps in here, some garbage bags, more zip ties, electrical stuff, just air line fittings, all sorts of stuff in here. Just random boxes of stuff. So that's all that's in here. So on the air tank, when I split it apart, I put the air tank on this side, ran a hose over on the top there. I've also got a fitting right behind that crane post there. So now we'll get into the inside of my thing here. I used these torches this morning, kind of threw these back up on it just to get them out of the way, but I got to pull my regulators back off. I don't generally leave them hooked up. I got my extension cord here and welding cables, jumper cables. All this stuff was in the mud yesterday. I got my kneeling pads down here. This is like grinder, welding grinder stuff. And that's pretty much it. My welding helmet sits in here, my stuff, my sleeves that I use. So that's pretty much this drawer in a this cabinet in a nutshell is torches and welding cables, extension cords, battery jumper cables, kneeling pads and whatnot. So yeah, I just got to take my regulators back off and put my caps back on, and we'll be good to go for the day. Yeah, it kind of sucks having to take them off all the time, but I just kind of wrap them up in these and then tuck them in this center compartment here, and they seem to stay and not get messed up. So that's it for those. So this is where I keep more of my expensive stuff. I got triangles here for the truck. I've got my soldering torch, soldering kit, plastic weld kit from Snap-on. I don't know how impressed I am with the heat shrink capabilities of it. The soldering, the plastic weld, like it, but the heat shrink, I like the regular torch better. I got my camera, JLG tool. These are pretty cheap. I think they're under $100, but pressure transducer, pressure adapter for the meter, low amp probe. Like I said, this is where I keep most of my electrical diagnostic tools that are expensive. My infrared thermal imager down here, my Snap-on meter, the big one that's Bluetooth is there, and my tachometer, and that pretty much wraps up the tools that I keep in the cab. I think I got my push button switch in here somewhere for cranking. Rag obviously sitting there. That's pretty much it. And then I did my standard, I want to show you guys this. A Sterling, the dash rattles like crazy. So what I did was, another guy actually showed me this on his truck, and I kind of took the idea from him, but this will stop your dash rattle on a Sterling. You put a post down here, piece of pipe, basically 18 inches long, put on this crossbar. Now the dash doesn't shake and rattle. I also put another brace back in here behind this, a flat bar behind this panel, and the dash doesn't rattle nearly as much. That's kind of the Sterling fix. They make a steel insert for the knobs. Also, I'll talk about that in a minute though. So that's it for the inside. Go over to the other side now, and this is one of those, I call them an accordion, the roll-up door that's on the back of it. So far it's been pretty good. Water gets on there, it does freeze. Okay, random, the gray box up there has got random fuel filters in it. This green box has got random stuff in it too. Some blocks, some empty buckets, some full buckets. This Honda EW 171 welder. These aren't, I'm looking for a welder for the top of it still, but this one here is one I had, and it's a good welder. There's nothing really wrong with it. It just doesn't do a lot of high amperage welder generator. I got an extra battery back here. Footstool, funnels, ladder, garbage, you know, standard stuff. The crane. Here's a good shot of the crane. You can see it in the compressor, how it's mounted a little bit. The air tank, how it's mounted. I ran the hydraulic hose across it. And that's pretty much it for the bed of the truck. It's 11 foot long. The front's got the hydraulic tank in it for the crane itself. The crane runs off of the truck. So we'll head inside the cab. Alright, so we're in the truck now. This is pretty much the end of it. I've got a shifter down here, added some cup holders. We'll bring the camera over. So we got my switches all here. Shifter here, shift tower, nothing special. Put a cup holder up here, charger, cell phone deal, whatever. That's it. Well, that was the service truck tour. I know it wasn't anything special. Just starting out 3 months into it, you know, like into my own business. So it's definitely a learning curve. Getting a truck set up is a huge undertaking for sure. There is far better setups out there. I don't have the end-all be-all setup of trucks by any means. Not trying to do that. Some people have asked for it, so that's what it is. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for tuning in today. I would like to do a huge shout out to my camera guy, Chase, my oldest son. He did a phenomenal job today. I appreciate it. It's so much better getting the footage when I don't have to take it myself. It's way easier having somebody take the footage for me. So I appreciate it. Like I said, hit that like, comment, share, subscribe. If you like what I'm doing, hit a thumbs up. Share this video. Check out Saturday Night live streams for content. It's an amazing group of people. I know I've said that in the past a bunch of times. There's also a group of people doing a thing called Text Talking Shop. Huge shout out to those guys. It's going to be a phenomenal thing. Check them out on Instagram. Text_talking_shop, I believe is what it is. If not, look it up. It's TTS. Check it out. Great group of guys there to get some information from about tools and other stuff. Also, what else am I going to say? There's plenty of other stuff, but I appreciate you watching. Thanks for tuning in, and keep that iron moving.
Focus. It's very.
Okay. All right. What's going on, everybody? You're such a jackass. Everything is pretty much in the toolbox tour that I had previously. So let's take it to it. So good. Okay. Let's stand up to the crane and check out the crane. Zoom in on a load chart, and then we'll get that.
Oklahoma.
Yeah. Basically, is it still going?
Yeah.
So that's the crane. You can cut it now. 208 there. Oh look, my good buddy Paul's calling me. Just a second, Paul. All right. Like I said, guys, this is not a. This is how it is most of the time. Is this blocking the view or not? The lights? No? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so that one there.
Much better.
That one there.
Also much better.
Okay. So now we'll go down to the lowest cabinet here. Move my lights. Tell me when you're good.
Perfect.
Okay, so down here, bunch of move the camera here. It's all shaky. I mounted a set of these are. Yep, sounds good. Ready? Can you see me too? Yeah. All right. This drawer above.
Mention that those are the bolts that nuts that you use for that job.
No.
No? No. Cool. Right now you can only see up there.
That is the tour. I appreciate you watching. We'll just wait until they're done. I'll do it on the outside of the truck when we pull outside or something. So let's shut up all the doors, make sure everything's shut. I'll pull this out, I'll pull our tractor back in. It's 11:45.